time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So Sparrow came back with a great update for us, and there's some Kennedy stuff I'm going to tack on at the end, but I don't want to talk about this yet. Here's just a stunning picture from this year's celebration. There's also stuff I can't say that, wow, proves our point. So apparently, Jon Favreau has Lucasfilm's people digging into all of the old projects that Kennedy killed. And I'm just going to say this. Do not be surprised to see Rogue Squadron come back in some form. Because apparently it's a good script. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so we've heard about the Lando thing, and I think that's actually Favreau saying develop something to Donald Glover and his brother. We'll see where that goes, hopefully nowhere. Light of the Jedi, I'm not sure. I don't know why anybody would want to do something with the High Republic, but that still says Kathleen Kennedy to me on it. But there are a lot of projects out there that we got wind of that never happened. And because Disney now wants content again. So they're turning the spigots on. And, we could get a show about the original trilogy characters between A New Hope and Empire. Okay? We could get a Jedi Academy thing, a real one, a live-action real one. We could get the Underworld, because Filoni wanted to do that. We could see a lot of stuff. I mean, we've got Skeleton Crew coming, and apparently that is going to be detached completely from the rest of the show, the rest of the franchise. But still, with Ahsoka doing as well as it's doing, it's number 5 on Nielsen top 10, and it came into the first 2 weeks of its entry. So we're going to get a second season of Ahsoka.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
So without really making any announcements, it appears that Jon Favreau is now basically running Lucasfilm, which is fine. And we'll just have to see where this goes. But look for projects. Look, what I want you guys to do is to go through your own memory banks and try to remember projects that you guys haven't heard of in a while. Look at the big board that Kennedy walked out from under and see what's on there that you might want to see. Think about stuff that has been talked about in the past, either by Lucasfilm or in the rumor mill, that, sounded good that they never did. Kennedy was very good at killing good ideas because, let's put it this way, she's a bigger idiot than even any of us imagined, okay? Not kidding. Favreau has his hands full. Okay, he's trying to balance everything. So it looks to me, without, having an official announcement, that she's collecting a paycheck and sending reports to the Horsemen without being allowed anywhere near Lucasfilm. And Jon Favreau is doing what he does, and they're going along without her. And to be honest, when I think about her her leadership methods. What is the difference? She was never really part of that anyway. The woman had no idea of what Star Wars was about. She had no idea about anything about it. And the reason why, like Andor is boring, Andor isn't really Star Wars, I can imagine Kennedy telling Tony Gilroy, don't make it about Star Wars. And the reason is she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know anything about it. There's a reason why she decided to let Rian Johnson do whatever he wanted. And then could not believe how pissed off the fans were. Okay? And the reason is she didn't understand Star Wars. And, to her, a generic movie with Star Wars plastered on it, like The Force Awakens, that promised much and gave little, first off, was fine. She couldn't understand why there were cracks already in the wall as that movie came out. The people who were complaining about it, I gotta give my hat tip to them. They were right about it. They were right about this generic crap not being what George wanted. And I think that's something that people need to understand and admit to. Okay, because that's important, I think. But it also kind of hurts everything too, because as it got worse, because she freaking bubble-headed bimbo, as it got worse with her, the fans got more upset. And that didn't really help either. Okay, that did not help the franchise at all. So Favreau is going through everything with Lucasfilm to look for projects they can start to develop to put on Disney Plus and to make movies out of. Okay, because the only movie we know of for sure that's being made is the Dave Filoni movie. Okay, and let me add more. Okay, there will be other movies coming out besides the Dave Filoni movie. We've got that Dawn of the Jedi idea that I don't think is going to go away. It might not be with Mangold, but it might be with somebody. Okay, it might be with a good grown-up director, maybe Favreau himself. Who knows? There are other ideas out there. The Rey movie is not even a possibility. Look, we're still fighting the grounded monkeys outside of Lucasfilm making shit up for Kathy. Okay, as I've said before, I could go on IMDb Pro and put both of those movies that she supposedly has in production back into development. Okay, I could do that, and there'd be people out there that actually believe that was official. All right, that's how low they've sunk. But I think it came from a big enough source, that bullshit that, Kennedy probably had something to do it just so she could pretend she had something to do. And, IMDb, it does ask, what is your status? Who are you? When you do stuff like that. And I don't feel like sticking my nose in. Okay, but just remember, there's nothing official about any of those things that her name was attached to recently with Lando and Light of the Jedi, which is apparently connected to something called Shadow of the Jedi. Has anybody heard of that one? I'm stunned. But again, this is what I want to tell you guys. This is a big deal. And there's stuff I can't tell you guys that would leave your mouths agape. But I can't tell you about them. But I can tell you this. So apparently I asked about the boxes that had shown up the day after she was at Lucasfilm in secret and left. They were addressed to her residence. And no, not the Malibu residence. I think the one that they live in Pacific Palisades. Okay, so it looks to me like she's cleaned out her office in San Francisco. Okay, we don't know what's going on in Burbank, but I'm sure the same thing happened down there. So we just, look, my philosophy is this. When she sells the house, we may get an announcement of her retirement. Okay, we may. It would be time anyway, because Indiana Jones 5, there you go. Okay? So it's really time for her to go anyway. And I think we're going to see her leave sooner than expected. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.